These are the movies that will be released this weekend, the weekend of May 31st. Godzilla King of the Monsters. This is going to star Millie Bobby Brown, Vera Farmiga, and O'Shea Jackson Jr. It'll be directed by Michael Dougherty. This is the sequel to 2014's Godzilla and the third film in Legendary Studios' MonsterVerse after 2017's Kong Skull Island. Monarch, the organization that has been all over the world looking for these giant monsters or titans like Godzilla and King Kong, are out looking to use Godzilla to fight King Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra, hoping that he would be humanity's last hope in a battle that would destroy the world as we know it. I'm super psyched about this film. I'm a huge old school Godzilla fan, and one of my recent favorites have been Shin Godzilla from back in 2017. The clips of the film that were shown back in March blew everyone away, and from what I've heard of those who have seen the movie already during fan screenings, it looks like the movie's going to be a huge success, and it might be the next big blockbuster of the summer. Long-range box office predictions put Godzilla King of the Monsters at between $40 and $60 million opening weekend, so let's see how well this film does by the time this weekend is over. Ma is a new psychological thriller produced by and starring Octavia Spencer and is directed by Tate Taylor, who is the same man who directed Octavia in 2011's The Help, which she also produced. Octavia plays Sue Ann, a lonely woman who offers to buy alcohol and offer a place to party and crash to a group of teenagers. This friendship turns into a dangerous obsession and turns the teen's awesome setup into a terrible nightmare. When I saw the trailer earlier this year, it looked like the type of horror movie where the audience can cheer and root for the crazy black woman killing off a bunch of silly white teens. I'm interested in seeing the audience and critic reactions to this one, given that now I know who the director is. So as of today's filming, no critics have seen or reviewed this film yet, so by the time you see next weekend, you'll know what the deal is. Box office predictions are between 15 and 30 million, which would be a wildly successful weekend, given that this film only cost $5 million to make. Rocketman is going to star Taron Egerton and will be directed by Dexter Fletcher. This film is a musical fantasy about Elton John from his musical beginnings to his mega stardom. It was originally promoted as a musical fantasy, loosely based on his life, but after catching a couple of the trailers, it looks more and more like a straight-up biopic. Either way, the trailers got me amped to go see it. Like I said earlier, the film was directed by Dexter Fletcher. This is going to be his second musical biopic since 2018's Bohemian Rhapsody. He was called in to finish directing the film after Bryan Singer, the credited director, was fired for unprofessionalism. Dexter is also known for 2015's Eddie the Eagle. This film has a box office prediction of $25 to $45 million opening weekend, but it's expected to make huge Bohemian Rhapsody money by the end of its run. When They See Us is the new Netflix series produced, written, and directed by Ava DuVernay. This series is about the Central Park Five, who are 5 young kids of color, 4 black and 1 Latino, who were wrongly accused, arrested, and convicted of the assault and rape of a 28-year-old white woman in Central Park in 1989. The men eventually had their convictions vacated in 2002. This has been on plenty of people's radar since the project was announced last year, and I haven't noticed when the release date was until I found the trailer the other day. For some reason, Netflix is notorious for not publicizing their productions and acquisitions like they really should. I believe the first part of the series premiered at the Apollo Theater earlier this week, which is the week that I'm filming right now, and the Twitter reactions were great. I think it will either be I'll either be very angry or very sad watching this. So when it will be released this coming Friday, tomorrow, I'll be ready for it. I'll have the weekend planned out. A film named Domino is being released this weekend to very few theaters. It stars Nicolaj Coster-Waldau, who's better known as Jaime Lannister, as a Copenhagen police officer who was out for revenge against an ISIS terrorist who killed his partner. He butts heads with a CIA agent who is using that terrorist as bait to snare other ISIS agents. The film also stars Guy Pearce. Normally, I wouldn't have noticed this film. I wouldn't have even presented this film on my show because it's only playing in one theater in Yonkers and nowhere else anywhere near to the Bronx. But what caught my eye is that this film is directed by Brian De Palma, as in Scarface, Carlito's Way, Mission Impossible, The Untouchables, that Brian De Palma. So the guy hasn't directed a film in 7 years, since 2012. He made an erotic thriller named Passion. And it's kind of shocking to me that Brian De Palma, a film by him, and also starring a man who just finished his role on one of the most popular TV series ever, will be released in so few theaters and under the radar with no marketing at all. I look forward to seeing it, and maybe it'll be decent, maybe it'll be horrible, maybe it'll be worth DVD, straight to DVD release, who knows, but I'll catch it. You just saw a segment of the Bronx Movie Club hosted by me, Justin McCullough. If you like what you see, please do not hesitate. Click on the subscribe button down below, click on the little bell up there, and click the like button because you obviously like the program. You can see other segments of my show, which I have in my video section. I have the most anticipated movies of 2019. I have some reviews that you would like to watch, things of that nature. And you can also catch me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Stardust, Letterboxd, you name it, I'm there. So, yeah, I'll see you soon.